Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Sage X 2 Cool Show where our voice matters. Today's video is going to be about Dave Chappelle. As you know, he's been the topic of discussion over the past several weeks since his Netflix special came out where he spoke about the LGBTQ community, in particular the trans community, where he asked them a specific question, and that is to please stop punching down on black people. He made some specific remarks that for some reason has caused an uproar. What Dave Chappelle is showing is America's racism. It's being exposed right before your very eyes. I've seen it already, so I know what it looks like. I know what it smells like. I know what it tastes like. Yep, it's something that native black Americans, foundational black Americans have had to live with. We are the heirs of our ancestors who actually built this country. Many of them were already here before Europeans showed up. So basically, our original land, for many of us, has been taken, stolen away from us, as well as our culture and language. And so therefore we're relying on many other people to tell us our history, which has been false. But that's not what this is about. This is about back to Dave Chappelle, where he is exposing America's racism. He's showing where the Constitution, the First Amendment, the hypocrisy of it, where some people feel like they have a right to express their opinions and others don't. It's a crying shame. It's an abomination. It's a sin among sins, and it makes America look so bad. She doesn't even have to try hard. There's a fraction of Americans who seem to be so fragile these days, where every little thing offends you. That's a problem. It shows that you have something wrong with you, because we weren't experiencing this before. All of a sudden now, people are having problems with other people's opinions. Do you know how long Native Black Americans have had to endure people calling us out of our names, calling us the N-word, and so many other offensive acts? You think that we should accept that. And nowadays, when we have a voice to express our discontent with this type of behavior towards us, you have the nerve, the audacity to have a problem with the things we say, whereas we're using words telling you the problems and some of the issues, whereas you have used actions. There's a major difference in our approach. There's a major difference in the level of intelligence. There's major differences in so many areas, but yet you try to tell us that we're all alike. And I'm trying to tell you that that's bull. This is Sage X 2 Cool on the Sage X 2 Cool show. If you haven't already, but nonetheless, Dave just recently exposed how racist this system is, and I'm gonna let you hear it for yourself. I won't show you the video, but I will play the audio. So without further ado, let's hear it from Dave Chappelle's mouth, exactly what he's had to endure since he has made a stance on his opinions and how he feels about things. Again, it's shows America's hypocrisy and how the First Amendment and that Constitution amounts to not more than, well, toilet paper.
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refused. That is not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we are speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore. I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, it is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. For the record, and I need you to know this, everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield, and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me, and we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the death, the murder of George Floyd. This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos and Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet. To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience. You will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end. You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny. I desperately want people to see this movie, but I understand why investors would be nervous. Since nobody will touch it, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make it available for all of you in 10 American cities, going on sale in the next few days. You will be able to see this movie in its entirety, and you can see what they're trying to obstruct you from seeing. And you can judge for yourself, but you cannot have this conversation and exclude my voice from it. That is only fair. You have to answer the question, am I canceled or not? Then let's go. Thank you very much and good night.